flood and lead a discussion on the topic. Marvin, Corea.
Let us share the benefits we have gained for ourselves with others. That's a quote by Dr. Ralph Smedley. And if you don't know who Dr. Smedley is, he is the founder of Toastmasters. He founded Toastmasters back in 1924, if I'm not mistaken. As Michelle has already mentioned, our bodacious members are our lifeblood. We need to continue to encourage our membership to grow with us, and you have to think back to why you joined Toastmasters. We talked about this at the officer meeting just last night, addressing what is our goal? Why do we join Toastmasters, and try to embrace that and help others achieve that goal. In this particular manual, Finding New Members for Your Club, I want to address a couple of points as to how we can find new members. I'll state 5 things, and then we'll open it up so we can share thoughts on it. One of the things that we can do is talk to friends, relatives, or co-workers. I know in my experience, and also one other thing is family. Drag people in from your family, especially if you have grown kids. Bring them over here. We have a prime example here with Michelle. I try to do the same thing as well, if I can get them up. And I'm still working on the rest of the family members. Co-workers as well. Most of you work with other people. Wear your Toastmasters pin around. I know I have mine, but one of my other daughters has it on her book bag. So I need to get another Toastmasters pin so I can wear, and it's a talking point. People will say, oh, what's that about? Or if you go to a networking meeting and you wear there's normally a name badge you have to wear. So wear your Toastmasters name badge. And then people will say, oh, what's that about? Toastmasters. You tell, or if they've heard of, oh, I've heard of Toastmasters. You go to a regular meeting, then you can start talking up. And it's not only our VP of membership or VP of public relations job to do it. It's really all of our jobs to continue to grow the membership, ensure that everyone that is here is enjoying it and pursuing and achieving their goals. Neighbors, friends, of course, already mentioned. The next point, and I touched on it already, wear your Toastmasters pin. If you don't have a pin, they're relatively inexpensive, and you normally get one when you join. Is that the way it is right now? When you join, you get a little Toastmasters pin. Wear it with pride. I don't have mine again, I said that. So I'm not making a good representation. Another point is display the Toastmasters magazine. For those of us that are members of more than one club, you get more than one Toastmasters magazine, or after you finish reading it, if you have a place of business where there's a break area, write our club information in the address label and put it in the break room. People will get interested and find out more about it. Or put your contact information and they'll ask you about it. That's another point where you can encourage people to join. Look, magically I have a Toastmaster. This is what it looks like. Thank you, Michelle. This is what the Toastmasters pin looks like. It's like, and they'll be like, oh wow, what's that about? Definitely encourage you to wear it. The next point, distribute promotional brochures and flyers. That's something, it's recommended here in the manual, something that I don't regularly do, unfortunately, because I don't like to print stuff. That's just me. There are brochures I believe that we can order, and it will be useful especially for guests here, where we have a brochure. Maybe when people come in a little bit later, we can give it to them. That way we don't have a chance to, if we don't have a chance to talk to them before the meeting, we normally have a chance to speak with others after the meeting. And I'll touch on that in a little bit. One other thing that I found out, the next one, is give a speechcraft workshop. That's something that I hadn't heard about before. I actually did some research on it, and there's some useful sessions that we can do out, that we make it open to the public, where we're training people without being official Toastmasters to actually practice public speaking. And there's sessions for that already organized by Toastmasters International. That's something we can definitely work on to try to provide, to encourage membership, and also as possibly a little bit of revenue for the club to create other activities. One big one that I enjoy is the social media, and that's the last point right here. Social networking. Is anybody on Facebook? Maybe a couple of people? Or Meetup. How many of you found us through Meetup? There we go. Use those platforms to show that you're present, like Jeremy has done before. He blasts us on saying, sign up on Meetup, so you can show that people are attending. And as you can see, we have very good attendance today. And share with others. Go on Facebook. One thing that, again, I am culpable of, I haven't done, is create an event on Facebook via our Altamonte Articulators page, and then share it with friends. Invite others to attend as well. That's one thing. We also post videos online. I'm recording right now. All the videos are on our YouTube channel. How many of you are subscribed to our YouTube channel? Right there, we can improve. Let's subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you don't like our page on Facebook, like our page on Facebook. It's Altamonte Articulators. We have a Twitter feed, which is getting fed from the YouTube channel. Any likes or any videos that we post are posted automatically on Twitter. Anything that we post on Facebook is automatically posted on Twitter. So it's another way of attracting people. If you have articles of interest that related to speaking, we can share that on the Altamonte Articulators page as well. There's a lot of ways we can encourage membership, especially as we continue to grow, and with social networking sites as diverse as they are. If there's Snapchat, I have Snapchat. I don't use it very much, but if there's someone out there that uses Snapchat, hey, we can do a quick video session right now. If you're into Snapchat, go for it. Now, another topic that I wanted to talk about is treat guests properly. For the general part, I think we tend to treat guests properly. I don't know. Would anybody care to mention that? Do we welcome you?
So,
The 3 points that are mentioned here are actually 5 points. Greet guests at the door as they arrive. I would like to say that we're mostly successful. Unless you arrive a little bit late, welcome. But we will get you during the break or right after the meeting. Sit with a guest during the meeting if they have any questions about it, because it can be a little bit complicated or overwhelming for the first time a guest is here. Speak with the guests after the meetings. That's something that I think most of us do already. Rosa is very good about it. She always talks to people that are new. We encourage guests to come at least 3 times so you can get a feel for the environment, see how the group is. we can be overwhelming sometimes for some people. So it's good, but we can be encouraging and also attract people immediately. But we want to make sure that you're really interested before you join. Invite the guests to join members in any after-meeting socializing, and we do that as well. Naturally, we want to ask the guests to visit again as much as possible to make sure that this is a positive environment that they're enjoying. Now that I've gone through my points, I wanted to open it up a little bit, maybe expand on something that I've said or any specific suggestions on what we can do. Anybody care to start? What can we do better? Yes, Scott. I'll take
How many
notes.
of you have gone to a meetup group that said they were gonna have 3 people there and walked in and said, oh, I can't wait to go to this? How many of you have gone to one that said, I have 36 people, and you felt like, oh, maybe I can meet somebody there? Sound more realistic?
Mhm.
How many of you RSVP to this meeting today? If you RSVP on a regular basis, the public will believe that we're bigger than what we actually are. Think about it. If all 30 members RSVP every week, it doesn't mean that you have to come every week. It's telling the public that we're a vibrant club. So if you put that out into the public that we're a vibrant club, when they come, they can see we actually are a vibrant club. We fill the room every week. Don't just wait to if you're going to come. RSVP ahead of time. How many members are in Winter Park? Any guess? 82. How many RSVPs do they have for tomorrow's meeting?
3.
8. If you're a new member, do you think you'd be interested to go there or here?
Here.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Great tips. Anyone else care to share? Jeremy?
Sure. I just wanted to double down on your talk to people at work idea. I actually did have a person from my office come join because I talked to them about what I was getting out of it, how beneficial it had been for me. People said, man, you present so well, Jeremy. They saw me present somewhere, and I said, it didn't come naturally. I had a place where I could go to work on my craft and work specifically on that presentation if I wanted to. And it was Toastmasters, and sure enough, her name was Ginny. Some of you may remember her. She was here for about a year before she ended up taking another job downtown, so she couldn't come to this club anymore. But I got her to Toastmasters. Just talk about it. I wouldn't even say, oh, come with me, or if they start expressing interest, sure, but just talk about it, and maybe someone will talk back.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Anyone else care to share any tips? Yes, Michelle. Please.
I want to remind everybody we're here for more than just speaking. We are also here for leadership training.
Yes.
So all those things that he said, we can also share articles about leadership. We can share that with our coworkers and everybody else as well.
Yes, thank you very much, Michelle. You make a very, very, very good point. Toastmasters is about leadership as well. As Sharon just recently received her Toastmasters manuals, you have a company communicator manual and a company leadership manual. The leadership is geared towards making sure you're listening well. That's a key aspect of Toastmasters. And that's the purpose of our evaluation segment as well, which many people consider that's the most important part of the Toastmasters meeting. Ensuring that you're listening, the odd counter, the timers, the grammarians, they're all listening, making sure you're honing your listening skills. That's an important part of the meeting as well. Would anyone else care to share any tips or have any questions? Yes, Scott.
When you go to a networking event, how often do you hear somebody that does a really good job with their elevator pitch? We all chuckle. How often do you hear somebody that struggles mightily with the elevator pitch? I brought 3 people to the Vista Club that I've met at networking events that have joined there with me because I met them at networking events and they were horrid at their elevator pitches. Be nice to them, but give them an avenue to help them progress. If you can do something good for somebody, they will do it back to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Are there any other comments? Yes, Sarah.
Well, as a potentially new member, there are some things that you do differently at this club from the Lake Mary Club. So I was wondering if there was any type of a, like, new member orientation packet, because I didn't realize there was a meetup site. I'm familiar with the Toastmasters, the Speakeasy site, so I tend to RSVP there, but I was wondering if there's anything or a place where I could find materials for new members and explain how you offer these.
Thank you very much. Did you want to answer that, Michelle?
In our Confident Leadership Manual, there's an opportunity to have a special meeting, a unique meeting, something that is outside of the regular meeting that we have on a weekly basis. One of the things I've been doing for the last few years is a boot camp, which pretty much takes a new member and says, hey, these are the nuances of our club, these are the nuances of Toastmasters, learning the Confident Leadership Manual, what is it about? Learning the different things that we do here in the club that may be unique to some other clubs. It's an opportunity for me to practice a different type of a meeting environment as well as share information.
Thank you very much, Michelle. With that, I'd like to wrap it up. Our members are our lifeblood. Let's increase our lifeblood. Who's going to help me do that? Yes, thank you. Madam Toastmaster.